How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Blade Bias. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about this guy, my very special boy. Now this is a BB Barfly Firefly V2. I've had this for a while, but what I had for a while was not silver. It was not a polished silver like this is. So it was It's actually really interesting because Barfly was the first company. This is why this one is so special to me. BB Barfly was, first of all, they're an amazing company. Love those guys. It might be just one dude, I think. Well, if it is just one, Surge is an amazing guy. They make great stuff. Like, actually, the Fireflies are some of my favorite trainers just because of how fun they are. And they're actually very competent flippers as well as just being a shit ton of fun. So, yeah, the BB Barfly guys, or at least if it is just one guy, just Surge, absolutely awesome people, or an awesome dude. But, so they were the first, the birds are going crazy, sorry if you can hear them. They were the first company to ever reach out and want to send me a knife, just because, just to review it, just to get my thoughts on it. They were the first company to ever do that to me, and what they sent out was this, but it wasn't this color. You can still see on the inside of the handle, so I need to repolish this because I'm not very good at, this was my first attempt at polishing and I didn't do very good of a job. I've gotten a lot better since then and I've gotten a lot better tools, but as my first attempt, it's a little sloppy. But you can see on the inside of the handles, one is kind of pink, the other is yellow. That's because this was a red and yellow Firefly. And if you know me, red and yellow are two colors that I do not care for basically at all. So I was so stoked that they sent me a Firefly, and then I saw that it was red and yellow, and I'm like, damn, that could be cooler. Anyways, though, still love the Firefly. So, I flipped it. I absolutely love the Firefly, but I was like, just doesn't fit in my collection. Like, all my collection is either silver, blue, or purple. And I'm like, well, I don't really know how to re-anodize things, but I've been interested in getting something polished, so I was like, fuck it. The Firefly is what I will attempt to polish. Now, I attempt to polish a Morse from Nibali's. That went horribly wrong, and I completely destroyed the handles. Maybe I'll show that another day. But this was technically my second attempt at polishing. This one actually worked. Now, of course, I know what I'm doing. I've polished a few more things, like my Vulp came out pretty good. But yeah, this was technically my second attempt at polishing, but overall, one of my first few attempts. This is the first one that actually worked. So, the Firefly is great. It's just overall an awesome trainer. I do genuinely love this thing. But of course, it has a little bit of a special place in my heart, being the first Balisong that a company has ever sent me, simply for the purpose of, hey, we like your stuff, you should take a look at this. So that was super nice of BB Barfly. Huge thank you to Surge for making that happen and getting this out to me. But yeah, I really do love the Firefly. I think it's an awesome trainer. I think it's a ton of fun. One of the most fun trainers. Definitely probably the most fun trainer that I have, but one of the most fun trainers I've ever felt, because this thing is weird. It's big, it's chunky, handle gap is massive, the handles are thick, but it flips genuinely so good. Like, the balance on this is awesome. It flows super well, because all of the weight is kind of funneled towards the end of the handles, and kind of the tip of the blade here, so it just flows so well, and I absolutely love flipping this thing. It's one of my favorite flipping experiences, just period. It's just so much fun, and I flip for fun, right? I am not a competitive flipper by any means. I would like to be good, and I would like to get better, and I feel like I'm kind of getting better at certain things. That was a terrible example of it. I feel like I feel like I'm getting better at certain things, but I am in no means a quote-unquote, traditionally good flipper, When you think of a really good flipper, you might think of Joff, you might think of Corbin, some of the people who've been around forever, and they're just known to be good flippers. I'm not in that camp. I more flip for fun. I'm not trying to win Valley Comp or anything like that. Just trying to have fun. And the Fireflies are the perfect embodiment of that. Still want a good flipping experience, something that flows really well. but not a super standard Kraken like clone kind of thing, because there's a lot of knives nowadays that are just, they're just kind of, I see a lot of knives that are just the same thing in a different skin, kind of. They're not really doing anything different, they're just the same thing from a different person, if that makes any sense. And they all have similar problems, they all have similar benefits, so it's really nice, and I love seeing a refresh of somebody being like, hey, I want to make something different, let's make something cool, let's put some new ideas into the field. And I feel like BB Barfly does that amazingly. And I love these guys, they're great, super nice folks. I still don't know if it's just, when I say folks and everything, I'm just used to calling things kind of like a company, because there's usually at least a couple people behind the team. If it literally just is one person, then Serge is a great guy, but at least he's the one that I talk to. I'm not exactly sure if it is any kind of company or just one dude in his garage, which with Battle Song makers it tends to be just like one dude in their garage. But yeah, Serge, super awesome. Thank you for sending this out. And yeah, this is my polished Firefly. I need to do a better job on it. I'm actually going to kind of resand and repolish it sometime in the next couple days. I'll probably post an update video after it is all done. But yeah, this thing is absolutely sick. I freaking love this thing. And definitely try the Firefly. Now that there's a Zen pin version out, which is literally my only complaint with the Firefly, is that I am not a fan of tang pins for, not even for flipping, it's just cleaning them is a pain. I clean my knives a lot, and getting in here is a mess, especially when it's like a fully assembled like this. There's not really any room to get in there and clean, so it's a pain. But that's literally my only complaint. I absolutely love the Fireflies. They're freaking awesome, especially with the V2. The tuning has gotten a lot better, so this thing has, it might have a little tap right now because I believe it's pretty dry. No, not even, really. Oh, bite handle has, no, barely. There's a tiny bit of tap, but this thing having amazing flipping experience, really good tolerances now with the V2s, and just overall, just a fun time. And they're doing something unique. I think it's awesome. I absolutely love this thing. I love what Barfly is doing. I am a huge supporter of them. I'm not sponsored. I don't officially endorse them, but everything I've had from them has been so much fun and genuinely an amazing and innovative product. So I'm a huge fan of Barfly. I can't really say it enough, but definitely, and they're made in Canada, which is very cool. So, you know, if you have some extra money to spend, you want a new Battle Song, you want something fun that's not necessarily a standard flipper, try a Firefly. And if you don't like it, you could always resell it. Keep in mind that they're not as popular as a lot of other brands, so the resale value is not as high. However, they are a ton of fun, and I feel like you'll love it if you just keep in mind it's not going to be a Kraken. It's not going to be a super standard flipper that everyone knows and loves. It's going to be a little unique, but it's going to be a ton of fun. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will post an update video when I repolish this sometime soon. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little video on my polished Firefly. And I will talk to you all again very soon. Peace out.